So it finishes 2-0 here at home to Gillingham, a good run out against the FL opposition. What did you make of it?
A little bit frustrating, to be honest, in the first half. We never really got going against what is decent opposition. But, I don't think we've done ourselves justice in how we can play. A little bit of maybe lethargy facing, fairly good opposition. So they're a week away from their season. So they should be closer to it, but so second half really encouraging. Some good bits of play. As dominant as they was in the first half because of our lack of, if you like, endeavour. But there weren't a lot of chances created. So from that point of view, quite encouraging. There's a lot of bits and pieces to work on. We've still got 2 weeks left of our pre-season, so you'd expect one or two things not to be quite right. Better in the second half. We kind of got going, lots of changes. It's very difficult when you make so many changes, they make so many changes. It's very difficult. The game is stop and start. But no, it's good work out for us, and hopefully gets us closer to where we want to be. In 2 weeks' time.
As you say, that was Gillingham's final game of pre-season. We've still got 2 to go, so a really good physical test for us against a team that might be that step above fitness-wise.
Oh, it is. You would expect fitness, you would expect a little bit of physicality, you would expect a certain amount of organisation to have been better. A week away from the season, so we've still got all that to address. We've still got to look at our set pieces and defensive stuff. So there's one or two things for us to improve on. We were very quiet today, I felt, and there needs to be a little bit more communication amongst the boys. It's very difficult when you've got 2 squads of players. Come the season, I think when you've got a smaller squad, it's it's easier to get continuity. So hopefully we'll get self-organised. We've got a couple of training sessions left, a couple of games left. So, it's encouraging from that point of view, really, pre-season. So, we'll see how we go again today, tough opposition. So, you don't take that for granted.
Another few trialists out there today, a couple that we've seen throughout pre-season. How impressed have you been with those players? Do you think they're players that we could end up seeing permanently, and how close are we to seeing a finalised squad?
I think they are. The reason they're still here and not, we've had a look at them and changed it, is that they've done all right pre-season. You're probably close to seeing 2 or 3 of them with us permanently, you would hope. The young lads have come in again, the academy boys have integrated really well. They help us both in training, and hopefully it's helped them progress. So, we're not far off. We're not far off seeing them involved as part of the squad, like Adi did last year. He was not afraid to play the young lads and involve them, and they give us good energy, they give us good legs, and one or two of the signings have integrated quite well. Again, like last year, they're a really nice group, probably a little bit too nice if we're perfectly honest. We've got to get a little bit of that about us, but they've integrated with us really, really well.
And as goalkeeping coach, you obviously work closely with Johnny Henley, who's arrived at the club. He's come in place of Jacob Marsden, who did a really good job for us last year. But Johnny, how much have you enjoyed working with him, and how much are you looking forward to working with him?
Jacob was great. He's very meticulous in his preparation, his organisation. John's a slightly different character, a little bit more laid back. Probably because he's played 200 or 300 games more than Jacob, so he's a little bit easier to manage. Training's fantastic. They've run through brick walls for you. They enjoy their training, them boys, as much as they do game situations. The young boy Carter, who's come in, funnily enough, from Gillingham, don't know where that's going to lead us, but it's good to have strong competition, a number 2 that in training can push. So we're all right in that department, to be honest. John's a steady Eddie. You're going to get 8, 9 out of 10 every week from him. He's fairly switched on. Just got to keep him fit, keep him going, and hopefully stimulate him to make him a little bit better as well.
And on to Faversham then on Tuesday. It's the last week coming up of pre-season before it all gets underway. Faversham on Tuesday, Ebbsfleet on Saturday. A big week to finish pre-season.
Hopefully, you want to come out with those games without any injuries. That's the key, is to get work in the legs. You know, coming to Ebbsfleet next week, we're hoping that the organisation and structure is a little bit more, we work on that a little bit more, and I think we won't be far off it once we've got those games out of the way. Faversham Tuesday will be a tough game, tough workout for the boys. You know, the gaffer hasn't decided what way we'll go. You know, you'll probably find that some will get slightly more time again, like today. Some have got 70 minutes rather than 75, rather than the 60 minutes that we've seen in play so far. So hopefully we're all gearing up and in good direction, and hopefully one or two of the injuries, we don't know about Dino yet, but hopefully one or two of the players with little knocks, Sam, you know, with his knee, hopefully he'll be ready to go as well. So it gives us a bit of time as that, regards that as well.
Cheers, Les.
All right.